Greetings. You have a website? You might be thinking, yeah, of course you have a website. However, does that actually do what it's supposed to do? I don't know about that. Is that right? That's the question we have, and I have the same question for my own website for that purpose. I am going to introduce my guest in a moment, who has recently 3x the results of one of his clients. 3x. So for that was worth every moment to actually stick to this interview and close every distraction, because you could be 4x and 10x your results based on this information. Little information can make a huge difference once you actually listen in carefully. Okay, so without any further delay, in case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique. I am the host of Growth Hacking Show and the co-author of New Success Secrets books from Atlanta, Georgia. And I bring interesting people with a hell lot of a deep knowledge who can help you to actually take your business to the next level. For that purpose, I have the president of Your Design Online from Atlanta, Georgia, Rob Riggs, with me today, and he specializes in one thing: help you to automate everything, whatever you do repetitively over and over again. Don't do it manually, automate it. Right from your website to the end, collecting money on the other side, because that's what he specialized in almost over 14 years at the time of this recording. And without any further delay, please join me to give a warm welcome to my guest and your guest today, Rob Riggs. Rob, welcome.
Thanks so much, Siddique.
Rob, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that helps you to actually help your clients and improve their 3x and 4x and 10x results?
Yeah, so it's an interesting story, I guess. So in a previous life, I was a computer programmer, and I actually developed systems that helped people track product from various stages of production, and then that helps help them track and plan, and we've developed reporting for financial and all kinds of different aspects of the ERP. I really enjoyed what I did, but at the end of the day, I was staring at pages and pages of code, and when I looked at what I was trying to do for myself, what made me happy. The projects that made me the happiest, I think, were the ones where I was working with users of the products that we were building. And it was kind of UX, user experience, before that was a buzzword. But I saw web being a trend that was going to grow. And so started looking into that. And I've been in Atlanta ever since, 14, 15 years. And started this company, and it's been a wild ride since.
Great. And based on your work, and you have recently won a Debbie Award, so congratulations to you on that one. Thank you, because it's always good when someone notices the results. You're creating an impact for your clients. Is that right?
Sure. No, absolutely.
Yes. And I know you have worked with hundreds of clients, and probably 300, 400 of your clients in your last 14 years. And I'm sure you have a hell lot of knowledge to share. However, I'm going to ask you very specific questions based on a few hundred of your clients you're working with. What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid? You learn from so much. So just give us the top 3 people do mistakes in their business to grow.
Sure. So some big mistakes I've made myself over the years is seeing a problem and not attacking it soon enough. I sometimes thought that problems would take care of themselves, and when you're running a company, everything flows to you to make that decision, and so problems don't take care of themselves. And I think one of those problems was maybe I caused some of the problems, lack of specificity and communication, or not doing something soon enough. People problems. I think some of the biggest issues that business leaders today would tell you, some of their biggest mistakes are having the wrong people on the team, or having the good people in the wrong seats. And so I've hired the wrong people. I've kept them longer than I should have. I think that all goes to, not attacking problems soon enough. And so I'm still probably making some of those mistakes now, but hopefully there are fewer.
So that's a one mistake, not attacking the problem soon enough. What are the number 2 and number 3?
And I would say that it goes back to people. I will oftentimes make assumptions about why somebody is not performing the way they should, and I will try to address the problem without having a conversation first based on my assumption, and that's not really helpful either. People have issues that I know nothing about that is maybe affecting their performance, or maybe I'm not motivating the way I should to get the performance I'm looking for. Other missteps, probably probably goes back to specificity again. I negotiated on a handshake for years and years, and it came to a head at one point in time, and I realized if I'm going to be doing business like a professional, we need contracts. Contracts are not the enemy of good relationships. They help outline the way we're going to accomplish what we say we're going to, and help define how our clients are going to, do the same, meet their objectives.
Wonderful. That's amazing. Great. Thank you so much. So based on that, let's move forward to the good side of where we can actually get your secrets of your success. So what are the top 3 success secrets to grow your business?
So I'd say it goes back to people again. So as we've grown, I started the company 15 years ago, and I was doing everything myself because I couldn't afford to hire anybody. And the world of web development was a lot different than I'd expected. It was a lot different than the computer programming that I had been doing. But essentially, we're doing the same thing. We're building systems. It's just we're using a different language to make things happen. But as we grew, I started to realize that I can't grow just by working longer hours. It's not sustainable. And so as I started to hit a limit between what I could support myself, I would look to delegate, to bring on somebody to take things off of my plate so that I could go and work and produce where I was most effective, right? So it started with a virtual assistant to answer the phone and to provide updates to clients, to put documents together, to follow simple processes that saved me time. If I could assign something that would take 30 minutes of my time, and even if it took her longer, then but it was a better use of my time to do such. And it's funny that as we grew, the more and more I gave away, the more we grew, and the more and more I needed to give more away. So we've grown. We have 15 people now that I'm delegating, and so I'm replacing myself with the things that I'm least effective at. And then training my team members to do the same. So I push decision making to the lowest level I can. So I have to make the strategic decisions, but I don't want to decide what's for lunch and what color something on a website should be. It's not the best use of my time.
So that's by hiring the smart people around you. Surround yourself with the smart people.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's smart, but also a good attitude, I think I have found to be just as important, because the smartest guy in the room that knows it and has an attitude about it is going to be miserable for the entire team to work with, and they're not going to end up getting anything done as well as they could. So I will hire on attitude more than skill. any day, because we can train skill. We've sent people to class for, project management certification, certification on certain software systems. But hiring good people is, I've placed a high priority on that these days.
Wonderful. They always say the hire for attitude and train for skills. That's what you kind of follow the mantra. That's a success secret, in fact. Anything else you want to add, which you have been holding to your chest and never shared with anyone?
So success. So I guess one of the things that I've looked to do, even back to the beginning, is to standardize process. So even back to the day when I had a virtual assistant in the Philippines, making the low rate comparatively to somebody in the office in Atlanta, but that's what I could afford at the time. But standardizing so that I had put together a 40-page document basically that said, when I say give you this task, set up a web environment on the dev server. Here are the 23 steps that you can follow point by point to make sure you do everything according to exactly how we need. And as we've grown, again, that 40-page document covered a lot of different things. But now I've delegated managing that document, and it's changed over the years, and it's just been a good way, so that everything we do, we're developing standard operating procedures. Anything that goes wrong, I'm not browbeating somebody, why did we make this mistake? Because it's not somebody's mistake. It's something that's broken in the process. So if we can document process well enough so that it's repeatable, duplicatable, so that no matter who's doing a particular task, it ends up being the exact same. Then that's where we start to see efficiencies and we start to grow, scale. That's what it's about for us.
Great. Follow the system. So identify the issues in the system and implement that instead of pointing fingers, because that doesn't help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. So, Rob, how are you growing your business right now?
So 80% I think it's we're at 82% right now of new business comes to us through referral, through somebody that's done business with us before, somebody that has met me or some of my team, and they may or may not know that we'll do a good job, but honestly, that introduction sets us up for a conversation. And when we can listen to business problems that people are having, typically technology can help solve a lot of those. Whether those business problems are on the front end, it's revenue focused, we're not getting enough traffic, or we're getting a lot of traffic, but it's not the right traffic, they're not converting. Or whether it's on the back end, we're getting a lot of conversions, but then we have to key their data in over here to this other system, and it's taking a lot of man hours. A lot of what we do is integrate systems so that somebody doesn't have to, it gets rid of the duplicative effort behind maintaining data. So that's a lot of what we see we can help with.
Wonderful, wonderful. How Growth Hacking Show community can help you?
The growth hacking community can help. I'd say to keep good content coming. I think the technology is behind what we do and behind what we're all doing. Technology is really changing the game for all of us and all of our businesses. And the more we can talk and collaborate and explore and find out what's working and what's not working, we can all save each other a lot of time. But if somebody is looking to connect for input, if they have input on what we're doing, or if they're looking for help solving a particular problem, I'd love to connect on LinkedIn, or have a phone call, schedule a phone call to talk about a specific problem. But and then we've made some tools available on our website. You can check those out for free, whether it's an assessment on what is my web environment doing well? Where are some opportunities to improve? We run an objective assessment that's not me telling somebody, hey, your website sucks. But it's a formulaic a process which looks at things from the perspective of user experience, conversion, and then search engine visibility, basically SEO, and then performance and security. And then also we've got an ROI calculator on our website that if somebody's looking at just dipping their toe into digital marketing or marketing automation, really, or if they're spending $5,000 a month and they're looking to vet, what should I be spending? We've got some tools on there to show what somebody can expect if they were to optimize maybe some digital marketing spend and then dial the knob on getting more volume. Then it will help calculate, here's what you can expect if you were to see a 10% increase in conversion or a 10% increase in leads. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, there's technology to help make that happen.
Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate it. And go ahead and connect with Rob Riggs. And your design online, it's a great website. You have seen it, right? When use those tools and get to connect with him on LinkedIn. So Rob, as we are about to wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
I'd just say the small business community should keep pushing and not give up, not let the small setbacks set us back. As we are seeking to standardize, you can leverage so much efficiency through technology. I find myself oftentimes typing an email, and I know in the back of my head somewhere, like I've typed this somewhere before, and it's a lot faster for me sometimes to go back and copy and paste and personalize an email that I've sent 100 times than to come up with that content, again. And the same in many, many areas of our business. What can we standardize to impact and scale our business without scaling the effort involved?
Wonderful. Automate wherever you can. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that. In fact, my favorite command is copy paste, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then don't send it. Rewrite it personalize it based on what that's the starting point. That gets you 70% closer to your finish line.
Right. One of the best tips I had heard somewhere was that if there's something you send repetitively, create an email signature with that content already written. And I open a new email. I select my signature. It's already written, and I can type "Hi Bob," "Hi James," whatever, and click send, and it's fantastic. I'm no way to tell how many hours that saved me over the past years.
Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of community of Growth Hacking Show and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta. Wishing you good luck, good sales. I do have a path across again with another amazing guest. Until then, all best wishes.
Thanks.